how late it is. What? What is this? Actually, so yeah, it was kind of an accident that I'm starting so late, but it got me thinking that like, why why don't I just stagger my hours a little bit? Because like, I mean, I keep like relatively consistent hours, and they're the same like almost every day. But like, there's no specific reason that they have to be like literally exactly the same every day. So if it works for my schedule to like have some days where I start later and like run later, like why not work that? So I mean, I don't know if that is something that's going to make sense necessarily, but I don't know. It seems worth trying. So it's possible that like this later start time, maybe not quite this late, but like a later start time could be indicative of some scheduling changes for the near future. So let me I'm gonna run side quest. I actually meant to do that before I started. I'm still running for right now. I'm still running a slightly older version of the script. So we're gonna start with the slightly older version because there's still some touch up that I need to do to the other version of the script. There's still a lot of iteration to be done. That's like the main deal. There's still a lot of iteration to be done, so I huh. Sorry, I was just noticing that Trusty Bard has like the Zephyr, which is weird because I don't think that's actually supposed to be the case. I don't know what causes that. Uh, oh, but anyways, let's get to let's get into screen cam and let's get started with the stuff that we're doing today. As soon as my browser decides not to, as soon as my browser decides to cooperate, are you cooperating? There you go. Okay. All right, so let's close that and then switch over to screen cam. Yeah, why does Trusty Bard have the Zephyr? I'm just gonna bump up the process priority on the script so that it can run cleanly in the background as we work on other stuff. Let's set that to high. And so as we left it, the script the other day, mostly everything like works now. Like archery is now like, oh, okay. No, you know what occurred to me is that like at the end of the day on Friday, I was like, is archery just like totally good now? And the answer is no, because there is one major feature that I still haven't implemented yet, and it's because like part of that is because I just don't even have like the art for it yet, and that's flags. Um, the flag position, and I think I don't even have the bow position set up exactly correct either. So, right, so I left on the to list. We still haven't finished archery. We have to do flags. Oh, this is something that I want to try, but actually, in order to get flags working, we also need to finish. Sogam, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Um, in order to get the flags working, we also have to finish the archery graphics message handling because like we have basically everything working except for the part where we. I guess it's not technically part of the messaging. It's just because I think we do message the data correctly, but we don't actually do anything with the flag data. So we'll need to do that, and we'll need to connect the positions. I had a thought about the positions. Like previously, I was thinking like maybe the positions would be like based on integers. I might change the aim positions to be a little more subjective, a little or like not necessarily subjective, but like a little less clear. Because I was just thinking like once you learn the system, if the hand positions are excuse me, if the hand positions are too obvious, then like it kind of it could make the game feel too easy. So I'll want to play with that. Maybe we'll see. For the first thing that I'm gonna do though, I'm just gonna whip up some temp art to plug in our flags. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is I'm thinking because we're pretty close to actually like finishing up the mechanical features like the system itself that drives the archery system. Then that's the point at which oh yeah we would get to creating the art. Although as soon as I say that, I'm inclined to point out that the other thing that I had on the backlog there was I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with name tags, like how I want those to work during these like special modes, and it could just be that we deactivate name tags during these special modes. That's what we're doing currently. One thing I wanted to try is putting tableaus under the foreground, kind of like where we put. You know, as I say this out loud, I don't see this necessarily working. I think it's gonna did I misspell tableau here? I don't know. I don't even remember how to spell tableau. um, but yeah, like I don't kind of like so with the action tags and stuff like that, we actually like put them in the scene so that like things draw in front of them and the adventurers like walk past them. Um, I was thinking like maybe that would work for these tableaus as well. Uh, I I'm not optimistic because like they would be almost like fully covered and like it's kind of like when I tried to do this with the text. I was like maybe I could put the text behind the characters and like maybe that would look cool, but I don't. I'm like I'm like even less optimistic than about the text. I don't know. It's I think I just there are some distinct advantages to it such that it could be worth trying. Uh, but I guess we'll see. I don't know. So basically, like the goal would be to convey more information about like players. Like so, name tags are there to show you who's who, but more so they're actually there to convey like information about like how a player has like leveled up, how a player is like progressing through the game, and the faster we can, or like so any situation where we deactivate name tags, we're actually like putting a halt on that flow of information, which I don't necessarily like. I'd much prefer it if we could just continue to relay that information. So that was why what it was inspiring me to think like, hey, maybe we should try the putting the tableaus in the background or like inside the game scene and just having the name tags draw over them. However, it might be that the better answer is to I don't know. I'm thinking of even just maybe like setting up a separate space for it. Like maybe I don't know. Like maybe put like a separate like text block somewhere. I don't know. But I like that's not urgent, and we're not even starting with that. So I'll work on other things real quick, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so let's open our temp flag that we have here under archery, aim, flag. So we have the right facing flag. Oh, look how big these are. That's unnecessary. Uh, it's unnecessarily large. Um, so I'm just gonna open these for starters. I guess I don't. They don't need to be this big, but oh, this is a really bad flag animation too, right? This is the one that like looks like it's flapping backwards, or just really dumb like. um. Uh. Sorry. Let me just okay. So first things first. Like I said, I'm just gonna make really more quick like temp versions of the graphics so that I can just get the system up and running, and then we'll come back and like actually make like good art for it. So yeah, so for now I'm actually just gonna leave the art all like stretched out and like um, unnecessarily wide. So I'm just gonna flip horizontal. Oh, not flip the image. Flip this layer horizontal. I'm just gonna. Whoops. Nope. Wrong tool. Just gonna drag this over here. And so for the right. So for the temp one, the temp flag that we had was I guess technically like I think what did I named it like right, but I think actually it should be probably called like strong right or like um projects journey art archery aim flag because like there are five win positions. There's like strong right, there's like right not as strong, there's like no win, there's like stillness, and then there's like strong left and so on and so forth. um, so I'll call this like right strong or something. It is a right strong flag. um, okay, so here let's get rid of this one, the old version. So this will be like strong left, I guess. So let's save this as C projects. journey, art, archery, aim, flag. So this would be left strong. 0, sure. Okay. And then, yeah, same with these things. So I'm just going to duplicate them and flip them and slide them and delete the old layer and save the new layer as left strong one. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. How did you know, Paint.net? You read my mind. So, clone layers, flip horizontal. I'm gonna stop touching my face. I'm touching my face an awful lot, and it's making me uncomfortable. um, and then delete the old one. And it's offset by a pixel. Not that it completely matters, but whatever. It is temp art. Whoop. Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah, right. Okay, right. Because okay, well, I guess it's good that I renamed the location of those original files because I accidentally almost saved over the one that we had before. But right, again, duplicate layer, flip horizontal. I'm doing it on a separate layer just so I can keep the posts like vaguely lined up. Again, I don't really have to be this careful. I guess it's just in my nature. It's like if you're making temp art, it's not a bad thing to like make it look reasonable. Like it's a bad thing to like try and make it look production quality or like to try and like to just spend like undue amounts of time on it, but like getting it like vaguely representative up front, like that's not a bad thing. Oh, did I not save? Alright, so now let's yeah, I guess I'll just like or yeah, actually no, I'll well yeah, okay, so I'll go to like open, but I'll actually go back here and I'll copy both of these folders because now we'll make actually wait, no, I'll just copy one of them for starters and kind of do something similar. So now we'll have like right light, I guess. I don't know. And so let's open these. And so the light wind is going to be still in like there's still going to be some wind and it's still going to be like in this direction, but it's going to be much less intense. It's weird using big brushes because like usually when I'm working on art stuff I'm using these tiny little brushes and I'm way zoomed in order to like make the art but no, this is actually a reasonable size 20 point brush. Alright, so yeah, there's gonna be light winds. It's gonna be so instead of like right out to the side like flapping in the breeze or whatever, it's gonna be like a little more down and just kind of like flapping to the side a little bit. So it's still not going to be production quality. Oh, should look vaguely consistent though. Wait, here I'll just use this as the basis for the rest of them because yeah. Okay, so maybe I should make like a vaguely decent animation this time. So what would be a good animation? So after this position, it would be slightly further down, and it would be flicked up a little bit, maybe. And then the next one would be back up in this direction. And okay, thank you, Nuka. Alright, Protocells, how's it going? So where was I? Oh yeah, right, so let's put this one a little bit more up and downward pointed. And let's put the post back on. So man, these look dumb. But we're almost there. Right, so then let's erase this down a little bit again. oops, no, wrong color. Put this back and then point this out a little bit more, I guess. I don't know. That might have been, I might have accidentally like changed it so that the wind is a little too strong on this animation, or just a little too stupid. We'll see. Okay. So let's save these. Okay. Okay. And then, okay, so now let's flip these, okay, so we'll like, close this, and then we'll go back out to the file system. So we have right light, now we'll do, we'll copy here, and we'll have left light. Please rename, left light. Oh, you know, huh. There are a bunch of, it's just occurring to me, there are a bunch of numbers that, like, I'm keeping in, like, variables inside, the script right now that I could, like, do the data file thing that I do for like, character art and stuff. I could do that here as well. Something to consider. So left light, yeah, let's, so let's open these. And then, it doesn't really matter which order I do them in. Once again, let's duplicate the layers, flip the layer, translate the layer, and shift it a little bit so it's lined up. And then get rid of the other layer, and then save. This is the left, right? Yeah, left isn't, okay. I'm bad with my left and right, so sometimes I have to remind myself. I guess as long as I'm consistent about it. It's not like the word left or right is actually going to appear in-game. Yeah. Delete that one, save this whole shebang, and let's duplicate just layers, flip horizontal, and slide, and delete out the background, and duplicate layers. Have I talked about the next tableau? Or have I talked about the next super type that I want to make? I want to make a spell casting super type wherein players form a spell circle, and I've thought it out more than that, but it's just I don't know if I'm necessarily going to do it next, but one of my big goals right now, like, there are a lot of features that I want to be putting into the game. So it's always hard to choose which one to do next, but one of my goals for the game right now is to flesh it out with, I want to hit at least 3 other super types. So I know what the next 2 are, and then I have like some ideas I know archery and the next one, the spell casting one, the spell circle, and then I don't know exactly what the next one will be, but I do have like some ideas. Oh, okay, so I've done all these now. So the last flag is, I guess I technically don't really have to animate it. Hey, Colt Zero, how's it going? Welcome. I don't technically have to animate the last one. I might, just a little bit. Just so the scene doesn't look like especially inert. Because like usually there's like some degree of animation, or like usually the flag like adds that extra amount of animation to the scene. So so I might just like hint like a very subtle amount of wind. Like I'll just make so like this will be like no wind, but I mean it'll also like I was saying, I think I will put in like just a very slight amount of animation. So so it'll mostly just like lay flat, right? It'll mostly just be that there's like basically no wind. But I guess it'll just shift a little bit to indicate that, you know, you're still outside. Like it's not that there's literally nothing. Okay. So I guess I don't know. It is possible to like for there to be like no wind conditions in an outdoor setting, uh, but I'm just cheating it because of the animation. Maybe maybe I just should do something else instead. Maybe like to really emphasize that there's no wind, I should add a different sort of element that would represent a distinct lack of wind. Um, but especially because I'm really not really selling this like idle animation. I don't know. Again, this is all temp art, so I don't even have to really decide what I'm doing necessarily. As long as I have images that the game can use to demonstrate like whether the game systems are functioning correctly and are loading like the correct piece of art. Like it again, like we'll worry about the art being correct later, but like yeah, like why is the flag twitching like this if there's no wind? I don't know. I'll probably want to change that to something else. Um, once I think of like something interesting to be, you can do that, Sogom. You just have to be chat GM to do that. Uh, uh, so um, let's do what? Uh, um, okay, yeah, so let's hook this up now and see it working in game, and then we can come back and worry about the art and how it looks a little later on. So yeah, let's okay, right, yeah. So right now we're loading in just like the flag. Uh, we're just loading in uh, yeah, archery aim flag. Right. So what we actually want this to be is like a list of how long have I been working on side quests now? I should actually keep track of this so that I can know offhand. Let's look at a calendar. Or I'm looking at a calendar now. So I started it October 23rd. Uh, how many? So October. So October doesn't really count. So I worked on it for November, December, January, February, March, April. It's like, oh, really? Only 6 months? Okay. I kept saying 7 months. I've been saying 7 months for a while, but no, I guess it's actually only been like a little over 6 months. Like it's been like six and a half, so like close to seven at this point. But yeah, I've been working on it full time for like maybe like a combined total of about 5 months. Because I got distracted. I used to get a lot distracted, like a lot distracted. I used to get really distracted from it. So I had to take some memory hacking on Jack and Daxter PS2 emulator last night. The value for how much health you have and value related to the echo timer or eco timer. Well, that's cool. I've never tried that before. I've never really tried mucking around with other people's code. I've never even like worked on mods or anything like that. I so I actually yeah, I imagine that'd be weird. I mean, it'd be a different sort of experience, right? Because it's like it's not just like how is this architected, or it's not just like how is this like environment like intent, how is this engine like intended to be used, or like how is this like environment, you know, what like what works in this environment. It's just like specifically like you know how is this other world crafted. Um, I tend to get really unenthusiastic about like other people's uh, stuff. I'm very particular. I'll put it this way: I'm very particular about how I do things. Which is not to say that the way I do things is like the right way to do things, but like when I have to work with something, it tends to be important to me that uh, it's how I would anticipate it to be. All right. I'll. So right. So this is not just a list of. This is not just a list of images anymore. It's Wait. Why are the Oh, wait. Why are there square braces? There are already square braces around. Wait, why are there square braces around each of these little items in here? That's weird. Oh, maybe I don't know. No, that's just weird. um, I guess I did anticipate that this was going to be a list of lists. I just didn't anticipate it very smartly. So hold on, I'm just going to get rid of these real quick. And then I'm going to like duplicate a lot of this stuff. Because there's now not just this singular wind condition, there are 5 separate wind conditions. Wind conditions, just to be clear on what I'm saying here. There are 5 different wind conditions. In archery, there's only one win condition, per se, but there are 5 different wind conditions, so, yes. Let's, So let's copy all of this, because it's basically going to be the same thing several times over. Actually, since it's basically going to be the same thing several times over, let's let's do the lazy effect. As per usual. Alright, no, wait. Oh, okay. So, so archery aim flag is blah blah whatever, and so we'll say for li in, what were they called? It was, oh yeah, so I should do this in order too. So strong left, or no, left strong, excuse me. Left strong, left light, no wind was the middle one, I think. I guess for consistency, it should probably be like none. But whatever. Okay. So then right light, spelled correctly, and then right strong. So we'll say, so for each of these items, we will say archery aim spelled correctly, flag, dot append, and then we will tack on one of these old lists of images that we got going on here, and this is, yeah, just a list, not a list of lists, just a list, because we'll append on each list one by one, and so we'll end up with a list of lists. Yeah, so right, except so now we're not declaring right, it'll be plus li plus, yeah, so we'll just do this for each of those sets of images, and we only do this once at the start. This is all like preloaded stuff, so this doesn't actually change while the script is running. Popcorn for breakfast. All right, I had lasagna for breakfast yesterday, which was good. It was also a really late breakfast, so I had lasagna at like 11:30. Sorry, I realize I'm painting a very sad picture here, but no, it was good. I enjoyed it, and I shouldn't mention the fact that I ate like an entire pan of lasagna by myself yesterday, though. That'd be too. Okay, so now we have the aim flag, the archery aim flag. So let's go to the places that we had been indexing this, because we'd clearly been indexing it incorrectly before. Right, so we were indexing it as anim I index 0. What's actually supposed to be is some value, but then the last value is supposed to be anim index I. And what is this value supposed to be? I feel like I set this up somewhere. It's like archery wind something. Archery aim wins. Right, because the wind value... Oh, index round. Index archery round. Right, so because when we first initiate the archery, the data thread sends us 3 wind values, which are integers anywhere from 0 to 4, and so those represent our indexes for this event. I think. Let me just double check. ng message index 5 index 1. Is that true? Index 5 index 1. No, that's not true. Oh no, index 5, index 1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, wait, no. I was thinking ng message index 1, but no, ng message index 5 is like a cluster of all the data that we need. So yeah, index 1, that actually, that does sound reasonable. Um, let's go look at the place where we're sending this message through to make sure that we're, because the other thing, okay, so I think of wins in like two different ways. I think of wins in wait, where's the actually, I guess what I'm looking for is in event, uh, which I think I passed. No, no, you know, I must have passed it. It was much further up here. Yeah. Archery data. Wait, what's the part where we send through the archery data? Oh, curve supertype, curve setup data. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it's where we set up the setup data. Uh, so, right, yeah. Okay, so that's the thing. Uh, setup data. Oh, yeah. Okay, right. This is actually what I was concerned about. We're not actually sending through the wins as a. Oh yeah, no, I did talk about this, and I guess I said I was just gonna do the math on the. I'm just gonna do the math on the other side, but that's a little silly, I guess. So maybe instead I'll say, well, no, I guess I have to do it somewhere. Basically, I just have to like, I just have to offset these values by 2, by positive 2. I just have to shift them so that, because right now they go from -2 to 2, which represents like the directionality of the wind and the strength of the wind, but they're not proper indexes, because the list that we set up will index from oh, Super Welcome 3000. Um, Super Welcome 3000 is what shows up when like a oh yes. So like this, for example, this means that this player has like literally never been in the game system before, which is actually not 100% true. It just means that the player, we have no data for this player, and so we that I was just, you know how I come up with like stupid messages that like they mean something to me, and so I just put this in as a measure to track whether we were correctly, I guess, handling like new players. And so like now if like we see something weird happening with this player, we can look back through the message history, and we can see like, you know, what was the history of their data. Like we have a different message that shows up when players like load in with link data. Like we have like link confirmed. Yeah, link confirmed. So right, so you get this one instead, Marty, which is I don't know. I can make this one sound cooler if you want a cooler sounding message on arrival. But yeah, it just has to do with it's about like player status. Um, I think there's also Super Welcome 2000 or 1000. Yeah, no, there's also Super Welcome 1000. I forget what the distinction between those two are. One of them's for like super brand new players, and one of them's yeah, no, I don't remember. Uh, it's something. It means something. I could always look that up if I ever care too strongly. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice if I could just like add 2 to every item in the list, just like, 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 I don't know. But I guess I'll just uh, I could just switch it over. Oh yeah, no, there's no reason that I can't just like switch this over to like start going from like 0 to 4, and having this one go from 0 to 4. Uh, and then 0 to 4. And then just have these ones go from like 0 to 2. And I'll just change what these numbers mean, I guess. So I do have to change this in one other place, which is I need to change this. Where's the other place that we deal with this stuff? Yeah, archery offsets. Yeah. So okay, let's go there. Wait, does this actually even change? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Okay, because right. That. This is what changes. Uh, aim offset. Aim offset equals 0. No. I'd be changing these as well. So yeah, I guess for simplicity, I'm gonna say aim offset equals what's the new center? The new center is 4, right? No, 3. 3 is the new center because 0, 1, and 2 now represent like in one direction, and 4, 5, and 6 represent the other direction, and 3 is like the center. So, all right. So instead of saying equals -1, we'll just say minus equals 1. This way, if we ever change it, uh, if we ever change like the scale, if because we have 7 increments now, but like I was thinking like maybe we could have like 9 increments, or like other increments, or maybe we want to go simpler. Maybe we want to go down to like 5 increments. Oh hey, Moderator, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, uh, all right. So in this case, we'll say plus equals. Yeah. So this will keep I don't have to change like any of these numbers, so the structure will still hopefully make more sense. And I can, but I can still adjust this with a fair amount of simplicity. So now we don't need an else case here, right? Because if it's not changing, well, nah. If I'm just gonna leave it there anyways. We didn't need it in the first place, actually. Uh, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, so let's get rid of it. Right, that's the case where there is no change. So okay. Okay. Oh wait. Yeah, and so this all still works because this is just comparing those two numbers. So this is like we do the subtraction operation and the equivalence operations, and so those don't change really how we're on yeah. So what we're working on is actually what's actually yeah. The game that we're working on is what's on the bottom of the screen, but actually the mode that we're working on, I'll run that in just a moment. I don't think I think I broke it right now, so I need to put it back together before I can run it. But yeah, we'll look at it in just a moment, and we can see like what we're working on. So it's gonna look similar to that, except we're working on like this archery thing, which has all temp art, so it doesn't look good. Just heads up, but it might look representative of like at least like what the mode how the mode will play, I guess. Okay. Um, so let's let's do what? Okay, so yeah, so we've updated the archery offsets. So now, yeah, now we can go back and put in those flag indexes, just using the wind value. And actually, no, I guess I already did that. And this, yeah, actually, so maybe this is good to run. Let's try it. Okay, so I messed up some syntax, but what else is new? Uh, wait, archery art list. Oh, right. This is a list of lists now. So now I have to say, I have to say for. Does this just work like this? I guess this just works like this. Oh no, I remember why they were all lists of lists. I remember this now. Yeah, no, all of this art is lists of lists because what I'm doing is I'm appending. Right. Okay, so no, that was actually correct. Yeah, these are supposed to like these individual art pieces are themselves lists because they start as individual art pieces, but they become a small list of their value, their width, and their height. But we don't know their width and their height until after we load them, which is why we start them off as like a little shrinky list. Okay, so right. So what we actually want to do here is for li. Okay, actually yeah, we can just do it like this. So first we append. No, we have to do this in 2 steps. yeah, then we'll say, so for, once again, we'll say for li, actually this time we'll say for li in archery aim flag, we'll say archery artlist dot extend, and it'll be li. Because our archery art list is this list that we keep of all of the art that we're gonna have in the archery scene, and then and then what? And then oh, okay, no, it's not gonna. Sorry, it just occurred to me this isn't gonna work yet because we have to update how we index these height and width values and stuff as well. So we should do that also. But yeah, the archery art list is we put that list together so that we can just do the height and width values like really easily and automatically at the end instead of having to do them a million times over instead. Okay, so this is the one where we updated the indexes correctly, but because yeah, like because we index art in those fun ways. Oh, okay, yeah. So it will be index anim I, but and it will be index anim 0. Okay, or it'll be yeah. Okay. So, but what we're replacing here is this anim I part, or technically, I guess we're just inserting the archery aim wins index AR round part, but whatever. Same diff, basically. Okay. Save that, and then the excuse me, the Oracle worries about you, Protospasm. No. So oh yeah. I am not witty enough to come up with something quickly. So I'm gonna instead of letting us fail while trying to come up with something witty, I'll just fend. I'm helping. Let's all right, let's try this now. Is it gonna work now? No, not quite yet. For li in archery aim flag, invalid syntax. It's probably not invalid syntax here. It's probably invalid syntax like here. Probably like, yeah. I'm not closing my parentheses here. Okay. Oh, which was actually the first error that we ran into. So it's a good thing we ran into that error, or else. Oh yeah. So, oh yeah. Okay. So I don't have. Right. Okay. Because we're almost there. I don't have like archery mode activated automatically. But if I say archery, this should do it. Excelsior. So yeah. So now we have. Look. Yay! Look. We have this wiggly flag. Showing up here. And of course, like it's still in speed round because like I put all the timing like really fast because like we used to be testing this screen, and so please pardon all of the harks. But yeah, so we can see here like it's telling us like how many players got bullseyes, how many players like got near the mark, and how many players like missed the mark. So yeah, that's good. And so that was the same win value twice in a row. Oh, okay, we're not doing the okay. So either something's wrong. I mean, it could just be that we rolled the same win value twice in a row. So I guess there's no specific reason to panic yet. Oh wait, the round values? Are the round values getting incremented? Maybe it's still using the same round value, and therefore, no, it should be incrementing up because like, I think we tested it and that these events do conclude. It's still showing the same win though. I mean, it could have been that we just rolled the same win value 3 times in a row. That is possible, but it's getting a little less probable. A lot of bullseyes, or I mean 0%, but like I don't know. We're always starting with the bullseye, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. Maybe like when the list is 000, it'll always start with the bullseye because it seems to be going like bullseye. Wait, it's also they're also all going to the. Huh. All right, let's look at another one real quick. Because the other thing I noticed is that the arrows were always hitting on the right side of the target. They were never hitting on the left side of the target, which is another one of those like coin toss, like could happen either way sort of things. Was the wind the same again? Huh. Okay, so bullseye, hooray for stuff. Yeah, again, hitting on the right side of the target. Oh. Actually, hitting on the right or left side of the target. Yeah, now that I think about it, That's not weird. That is that's just because when there's literally zero inputs, it'll default to the right side of the target. Um, that's just how the data's set up. I could change that, but like, I mean, hypothetically, like there won't be even hypothetically like 0% case is like an uncommon case. So, um, hypothetically, um, like for its intended use. Um, excuse me, sorry. Um, uh, okay, it happened in a different order this time. But the wind is it. Did I miss it, or has the wind just always been exactly the same in its like flappiness? It's like always the exact same flappiness. Am I crazy, or is that actually happening? I mean, I might be. No, that's weird. No, that's just legitimately weird. Let me give it one more try. This is your chance, wind. Come on, wind. No, stop flapping like that, you weirdo. Why are you flapping like that? Why are you always flapping like that? Oh, technically I have to make more flags. Yeah, I have to make more flags for the long view scene too, because there are flags in that scene as well. Um, but yeah, first let's figure out why the flags are like flapping like that instead of flapping like better things. Um, one more chance. No, 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 archery. No, this is your chance to flap better, and you're not flapping better. It's always maybe it just like randomly picked a number once and like is using that one random because it's like it's using like the value one. That would be like the value one should correspond to like what's happening with the flappiness and one seems like fairly arbitrary and random. So like I don't no come on. All right, I'm just gonna stop it. I'm just gonna restart it real quick and see if we get the same like perma flappy one again, or if we get like different permaflaps or like I don't know. It's still the same one. Ah, stop doing that. Stop doing that. It's very annoying. It's very not my favorite thing. Um. So yeah, there's clearly something a bit awry there. Let's look into what that would be. Um. I mean, we just looked at that stuff, which is weirding me out. Like what? I don't know. Oh, I was also one of the things I was talking about the other day is turning the bow sideways, because like, yeah, yeah, that's one of the things that we'll want to do, as well. Okay, so huh. I think I also, I don't know. I don't know if I'm 100% thrilled with like how the aiming system necessarily works for this. Oh, hey, look, it's a different wind position. That's even creepier that it now changed wind positions, because that would imply that it just randomly rolled like that same value like a million times in a row. Maybe it wasn't literally always that one value, but like every time I looked at it, it was that one value. I might have missed it a couple times when it was like actually different values, but like it's just creepy. Wait, and we actually did hit on the left side of the target once or twice. How'd that happen? I saw at least once we hit on the left side of the target. That I don't understand. I'm not necessarily complaining, but I don't understand how that would happen. Like programmatically, like I can't think of anything that would cause that to happen. All right, now we're back to this stupid win position. Really? Maybe I should look at the. I could look at the data that we're getting through. Yeah, see, it does hit on the left sometimes. Actually, I think that's the same position it hit last time. Maybe like one of the data points is inverted by accident or something. Um, so like most things seem to be working except for, hey, look, okay, so the flag is looking so dumb in that case, but yeah. Uh, okay, so I guess there's actually nothing wrong with the flag, and it just randomly chose the same one like a million times in a row. I might want to make it so that it doesn't do that, so it literally gives at least like different flag positions, because like having the same one like multiple times in a row is like makes the system a bit more boring. And how come we've never seen it flap to the other side? Like we've only seen it flap those several values. Oh, maybe I have the order inverted. Maybe it's choosing randomly between 0 and 2 instead of randomly choosing between 0 and 5, or because that would explain that because yeah, 0 to 2 is what we use for the position indexes, and if I have those backwards, then that could explain it actually. So let's look at that, I guess. Um, so that'd be in it. That would be in init event. Init event. Yeah. No wait. This is, where is it? Down here. Yeah. So when we're setting this up, yeah, I just have them in the wrong order. So I'll just arbitrarily switch them here because I can switch them in either location. But okay, so the reason we were getting that one like so freaking often was because we were only picking between half of the available options. Again, it was statistically weird, and I might want to change it so that it is a little more varied. But like, it'll at least like I don't know, it should at least be a little more varied now. Uh, hmm. uh, yeah. So let's set up the other half now because yeah. So we set up so we send through the wind what is it, archery wins, uh yeah, archery aim wins, so we set these up and we set up the archery aim offsets, but we don't use them yet, do we? This value probably doesn't get used yet. Oh wait, do we? Oh. Oh, are we just mathing it wrong? Oh, wait. Archery aim width. What is archery aim width? Maybe arch... Huh. I'm gonna try making this more dramatic just for a moment so that... I mean, maybe this actually was working and it was very subtle and I didn't notice it, but hypothetically the bow should appear in like different places to indicate like... Yeah, okay, so I guess it is working because now we're aiming like way off to the side, and so... Okay. So maybe this is now mostly good. Maybe I could actually start working on production art now. Um, and by like production art, I mean like my production art. um, um, uh, should I be concerned about Trusty Bard? Trusty Bard has the Zephyr, and I don't know. I don't think Trusty Bard should have the Zephyr because I restarted the session. Sometimes this program though it like doesn't like write the restart session data, which is weird. I don't know what that's about. Like it tells it to restart the session and it like it doesn't list Trusty Bard as like one of the session donators or anything, but I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna try restarting it. Um, oh, did it get rid of it? I guess we wouldn't see until he comes back. No, it's still there. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just weird. Oh, I wonder if I just messed up Trusty's data or something. Uh, huh. Oh, you're beating Trusty Bard now, Protospasm. I was like, you and Trusty Bard are almost twins, except, nope, you're higher level. um, alright, uh, I'm just gonna look at Trusty's data real quick just to see if anything went wrong there. Because I think Trusty, like, the script crashed when we were updating Trusty's data before, so it's, like, feasible that, like, maybe his data got corrupted, and that's why he's, like, he has this magical Zephyr that won't go away. Um, Karma history. What is it, what does it think, whoops, what does it think session time is? Uh, Session time. So, 134041. 143041. 143076. So it knows that the session time is higher than Trusty Bard's Karma time, and yet it's not rinsing it. So that's weird. That's just like wrong then. So I don't know. I guess I'll want to look into that at some point, but it's not like game breaking or anything, so I might not do it right now. What do I need to do right now? Oh, I could try the I might try that graphics test real quick just to see what it looks like. So let's uh yeah, I don't know if it was you, Colt, who pointed that out before. Someone pointed that out before, and yeah, I I hadn't it hadn't occurred to me that that would be the case until like it was in there, and like I saw it once and I was like, oh, that kind of looks like lol, but I didn't like, you know, I didn't like, it was just a passing thought, and then someone else pointed it out and I was like, oh yeah, okay, so it's not just me then, and then yeah, so clearly it's not just me. um I don't supremely dislike it is the thing, so like I don't know, I'm just like, that's like the only reason he says that at all is just for consistency, because that's the I had to put in a command for the chat GM in order to initiate the end of the event, and I tend to for Trusty Bard to use the chat GM commands. So like, yeah, before I put in low, like Trusty Bard didn't say anything at the end of the event, like consistent. He would just say the outcome, right? Yeah, so the low is just because, you know, just because. And yeah, no, it more amuses me than anything that it looks like lol. Um, I'd actually rather not have it at all, but like Trusty Bard just, that's actually, low is actually an archaic expression. That's how they used to say lol back in medieval times. They would just say low. They yeah. Well, okay. So what was I doing in real life, or like what was I supposed to be doing right now? Oh, the art thing. Yeah. All right. Did I set up QQ? I think I set up QQ once upon a time. Okay. So yeah. What do I want to do here? I guess like I'm just gonna be like I'm just gonna uh fine. I'm just gonna say uh like for li in, or like player list equals os dot lister uh players. So I'm going to take the entire player directory. I'm going to get the player list and then say for I in range 20, add player, add player, real name, just in case they have a linked account, player list, index, random dot randint, anywhere from 1, because I know the first index in the player list is not a valid player. It's the Twitter handle dictionary. But anywhere from that to the length of player list. So just any random player. The reason I don't usually do this, or the reason I'd considered like this as a possibility before, but the reason I hadn't done it previously was that, what is this square brace about? Oh yeah, that's supposed to be there. Oh no, yeah, no, that's supposed to be there. Okay, some people in the player dictionary have like inappropriate names, but no, actually no. I guess if we get an inappropriate name, hypothetically the name command should have been applied to that player, and so should load their their other. Okay, so let's see how this works. Oh, I was not paying attention. I'm sorry. I should I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I'm just yeah. No, I tend to lose track of the events sometimes. I'll glance at it and be like, oh, okay, that's one that I have to help out with at some point. Uh, and then I sometimes yeah okay. Um, so let me just see if this worked. So nope, clearly not. Add player is not defined. Oh, it's not yet, is it? No, it's not. It's not defined until down here. Uh, huh. All right, so huh. Oh wait, no, no, no. I'm not actually even supposed to be adding player here. I'm supposed to be I'm just supposed to be adding them to the QQ, and then the getting added to the game thing will happen later. So it's actually just QQ.pend, the real name. Okay, yeah, okay, that's simpler. Oh, but real name is not defined either, huh? Oh, but maybe I do the real name thing. I must do the real name thing down the line actually, so I don't have to do it here, because it works for me. Like it works for Binry, or it works for admin, whereas I have a linked account. So I guess that must be happening down the line. Although let me look into that because like I'm actually surprised that that's the case. Add player. I just add player by name. I don't add player by like real name. Oh no, real name. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So I'm doing it. Good. All right. So this. Yeah. That's actually what I meant to be doing. Yeah, because down the line I add the player, I set them lurking equals false, and so on and so forth. So now there should be like just a bunch of random players in this version of the script. And I'm doing that just because I want to. Okay, yeah. These are just random players from the history of SideQuest. Uh, I'm a troll wall. Great. Um, it used to be that we would create save data for anyone who entered the game, so there's going to be a lot of low-level players too. Because like the average player actually just like shows up, gains like zero experience, and then just like bails. So all right. Anyways, this seems to be working, and it's just pulling random players. So now, yeah, the test that I want to run is just like I'm just gonna move the place where all of this stuff is rendered down to QQ. Um, uh, yeah. So the place where we're rendering all of this like special mode stuff is just going to yeah. It's going to come down to where? It's going to go to the same place that we're blitting the action tags, right? Yeah, so it'd come down here. Because this is where we blit the players, and then this is where we blit the... Where do we blit the environment layer? The foreground environment layer? Wait a second. We blit the foreground environment layer after we blit the... Oh. Yeah, I guess we do. Okay, but, yeah, so... Oh, yeah, okay, so, right. So this is gonna work how? Like, Oh, yeah, I mean, to really test this, I guess there are, like, a few things that I'd want to be doing. In terms of like shifting stuff around, but like I guess the quick test is actually really simple and straightforward. So yeah, the quick test is just to take all this stuff uh, and cut it and put it underneath the adventures, which is here. I guess it can go arbitrarily above or below the action slot thing. Actually, I guess I don't know. Maybe I'll put it. Oops. What was that? Maybe I'll put it below the action slot thing, just or like below in like order, above in below in like draw order, above in like order of evaluation. Okay, uh, and I don't know, just in case I wanted to use the axe slots for some reason. I mean, I don't expect to keep this. Oh yeah, so then the difference is going to be that I don't want to change the adventure break business. So it was like ad break. Yeah, the part where I change ad break. That's fine. The place where I change ad break to be anything else, yeah, the TB start, TB end thing, like this, I'll just comment out temporarily. Add for break and add for resume. Yeah, let's deactivate these temporarily. And then, yeah, and so what's the other thing? Oh, yeah, yeah. And so when we blit the foreground layer, we'll want to, when we blit the foreground layer, we'll want to not use end for break and end for resume. We'll just use 0 and G width for now. And then when we check for name tags, we won't bother to check if right, we'll just say if special mode equal blank or true, because we don't care about that check right now. Okay, actually I guess I should do it the other way around. Not that it matters, but technically it's like more performance to cheat in this capacity. So let's see how this looks. It's probably gonna look dumb because now the adventurers are gonna walk in front of the archery tableau, and they're gonna like cover it up, and like it's gonna look like a mess. I think I'm just gonna wait till more adventurers are on screen, and then yeah. So let's see how this looks. Yeah. So right, that's like crazy for one thing. So the other thing is that I was thinking of doing is that I don't know, maybe this isn't so bad. I mean, it's a little weird, right? But like, I mean, the other thing I was thinking of doing. Wait, where'd the near ground layer go? Wait, the foreground layer is just gone. Oh, I must have plugged in like the wrong value or something. Okay, so that's one thing that I want to fix. Yeah, and so the other thing, well, I guess I can test that too. I was thinking I would shift the tableau up a little bit, so like the adventurers aren't like walking on air in front of the tableau, but they're walking on the ground, and the tableau is also set on the ground. I don't know though. So the one thing that would so that message comes up later, Colt Zero. Keep watching. Uh, no, the what was I gonna do? It was like yeah, right. There's a value that I have that like is the Tableau start height or something. What is the value? It's like 170. No, not 170. It's 320 minus 190, right? Which would be 130. It's not that one though. Oops. Yeah, TB start height. So what if this was just like 120 instead? So I think this will just shift it up like 10 pixels or so. It probably won't do it cleanly. There'll probably be like some weird like mismatching space situations going on. But like what if the oh yeah, I still haven't yeah, it's still not actually drawing the foreground layer because I messed that up. 0 to G width. Why is it? Oh, right. No, I did this the other way around. It's supposed to be G width to G width. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right. Right. I was setting it so that all of it was obliterated instead of all of it would show. Let's see what this looks like. I guess archery. I imagine it'll still look dumb, and I probably still won't like it. But oh, okay. Yeah. So apparently, like. Oh, okay, so a few things are still wrong here. Is that the border is still drawing at the wrong time. The border is still drawing, like, on top of everything. And, I don't know. Other than that, maybe it's okay. Maybe it's not the worst thing ever. Uh, oh. Oh, the way that it mutes stuff. The way that it, like, thwomps on top of things. I'd have to change how that's handled because like it's not going to draw that strip along the bottom of the screen unless I like retool how all that stuff works. which could be doable. Like, all right, let's try that then. I don't know. I just don't want to. I just now that so like just relatively recently, I changed it so that name tags show up during classic events, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to the old way of not showing name tags, the old no name tag showing way of having events run. So I want to cling to this for dear life, any possibility. Um, oh, okay. So the border thing, right? We can just. Okay, so there's one thing that I haven't mentioned yet about this change that is going to be very real and very potentially like a bit disruptive. Is that the one of the tableaux for the archery actually took place in the environment. It was like it was the long view of the archers, you know, and the targets, and that is not going to work if I move where the tableau is drawn, because like it used to like integrate like environment art into the tableau. So yeah. Um so right, so I knew that, like I was thinking about that in advance, and what I was thinking is that I just won't use the environment art for the tableaus. Um which could be good in other ways. Like at that point it might be good to actually use no transparency in the tableaus, like have them completely filled, like no transparent backgrounds. All right, so yeah, archery time, Excelsior, and yeah, I don't know. So I'd like adjust the. Apparently, apparently I'm not using that TB start height value like at all, because like all these other things like didn't shift up 10 pixels with the rest of it. But I don't know. Maybe this is okay. It kind of looks like they're going to the like drive-in movie theater or something. That's what it reminds me of. Uh, huh. How would this look on the pirate ship though? Like, cause on the pirate ship, there's like the foreground works differently. So let's go to ship and see how it looks there. Uh, okay. Well, I guess the way I have it framed, like, I guess this is okay. Like, if I pushed it a little further down, it would like look weird with this doorway, because it would like this doorway is like partially on the near ground, partially on the foreground. So that way, that's how the adventurers walk through the doorway. Um, but like, it would be weird for like the frame to be extending up through the top of the ship. It would look like weird and broken and stuff. I mean, there might be a way to make it look okay. I'm just glad that it doesn't actually naturally collide. Um, so yeah, what what do I want to do for that little strip across the bottom though? Like, do I really want to come up with like? Do I really want to come up with like that other case? Like, I mean, maybe that's fine. Maybe that's fine, I guess. I would just have to add. I'd just have to pass in like another value, and I just have to pass in another value to the function where we blit those things and check if the art that we're blitting would extend below that range. And then if so, blit as such. Hmm. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. Uh, I don't know if I actually ever really tested like the impact on like the changes to like frame rate and stuff. I wonder if like I wonder if like the things that I've done have had like a significantly negative impact on frame rate. Right now it's running at like 27-ish frames per second. This one's running at like 37. So that might be a bad sign. um, the thing is, I thought having the tableaus in the background would look stupider. Like I thought I'd just like outright hate it. I don't know if I outright hate it. Let's go to the forest, if it's gonna look dumb anywhere, it's gonna look dumb in the forest with these trees like in the foreground and everything. Did we already look at this one? Uh, yeah, because there are these like big old trees in the foreground, and like I don't know, maybe they're not too. Whoa, where'd the bow go? There's usually a bow, like There's usually a. Well, whatever. Um, yeah, this looks pretty dumb. You can't really see what's like going on in the background. So maybe, yeah, maybe this is. Maybe I should like abort. Uh, um, hmm. I mean, it's possible already that I'll have to like roll back some of the changes that I made to how the graphics work, just because if I've accidentally tanked the graphics by making some of these changes, then like that would not be good. Um, yeah, I think I just have to come to terms with the fact that during these special event types, or these like non-classic event types, that we don't show we just don't show the name tag information. Which is how we had it like a minute ago. So that I can just hit Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and maybe that'll be fine. I mean, I do have a few other options too, though. I mean, the other thing I can do is I can push the tableau all the way to the edge of the screen, and what that does is well, for one thing, it would simplify how oh, well, so one thing it would do is it would make sorry, I'll finish that other train of thought. I was just thinking it through, and like one thing it would do is it would make it so that the archers on the pirate ship are shooting through the doorway. It would make it so that the targets are inside the pirate ship, and the pirates are out, or the archers are outside on the deck of the ship, and they're actually shooting through the doorway, which would look a little dumb. But no, the other thing it would do is it would simplify how I'm setting up this rendering, because right now I have to check if we're supposed to render in front of the image and behind it. But if it was all the way against the edge of the screen, then we would only have to worry about rendering on one side of it, which would be much simpler. Um, and then the other thing it could do is like, so right now we have this value for the name tag like cutoff. Like we don't try and show name tags there's like a buffer zone at the edge of the screen where we stop trying to show name tags, and that's because we don't want to show a name tag right before the player walks off screen, because then you wouldn't actually get a chance to see the name tag, and like whatever information the name tag was trying to convey just wouldn't show up very well. But we can just slide that buffer, so we wouldn't be showing name tags as fast, but we could still show them a little bit, right? So that might be worth looking into. Um, that actually seems like it'd be worth trying. So let's I I'm not 100% that like this approach that like the setting it into the scene thing is like wrong, but like for right now I don't see it working. So I'm gonna back off from it, and let's try this other one, because it could be that this other one is like just good enough too. So um and like not perfect. It's not gonna be perfect, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I can also keep tweaking the name how the name tags work if we just need it so that name tags like show quicker or like more efficiently or expeditiously. Um, so all right, so let's hit Control Z like a million times. Control Z. The first change that I made in changing this stuff was to move that big chunk of text. So I can just keep hitting Control Z until we get back to that big chunk of this part where we cut that whole thing out of here. Okay. So I think we're back to normal. Let's find out. Archery. Oh, I was excited about it, so I put an exclamation point at the end as well, but I was not supposed to do that. Okay, so they're now drawing in the background again. The art is missing. That's a little interesting. I don't know what that's about. So maybe it wasn't literally the first change that I made. Uh, or maybe I cut it and I still haven't pasted it back in. So let's stop that and hit Control Z a few more times. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I hadn't pasted it back in yet. I had cut it out from the place where it was before. I hadn't pasted it back in. Oh yeah, and I'm still doing that. Right, right. Okay, so we'll still do that. Yeah. Okay. So save this. All right, now it should be back roughly to the state that it was before. But yeah, so I haven't undone the part where I add like a bunch of randos into the script. So archery. You know what? Yeah. Okay. So I think for starters, I'm probably gonna try shoving the tableau to the edge of the screen. I won't undo the thing about graphics rendering yet. Like I won't change how the graphics render just yet because that I'll probably want to back out. I mean, I'll definitely want to back it out if I choose a different course, and it's entirely possible that I'll want to choose a different course. So, yeah, let's pause that again. Right, yeah. So the thing that I wanted to try was changing the Tableau start. So, TB start is that yeah TB start. Let's go to where we set this value and just try some different values for it. Wow, we use a lot. TV start equals. So right, so it's not actually even directly centered right now. It's actually shifted over like 100 pixels in one direction. But let's just shove it over even further to 960. This will put it up against the edge of the screen, and so TB end will be 1920. So this will put it literally up against the edge of the screen. Again, like the graphics might. No, these graphics should shift correctly because it shifted correctly on the 100, but we'll see. Archery, Excelsior. So yeah, right now it's all the way. Now it's literally all the way against the edge of the screen, which leaves a lot of room over here for name tags to show up. Right, like if I hadn't deactivated name tags showing up, like they could conceivably be showing up in this space, like, and like that could look okay. I kind of want to. I'm not gonna actually like shut off the script down here, but I found that if I toggle it like so, I can get it to yeah. We can look at what this looks like on screen. And that looks pretty good, right? I don't know. It doesn't look quite as like integrated, right? Because like I don't know, there was something kind of nice about having it like in the center, so you could see like the the usual graphics on both sides of it. But like it's relatively small cost for what could be like a significant gain. Um, so I don't know. That could be good. That might be good. Um, like I said, like that's just one number, or that's just like really easy to change. So we can see how we feel about that, and then either keep it or ditch it, go a different way, accordingly. Um, I yeah, I okay. So I'm optimistic about that because I was like the name tags thing was like it was one of those things that like I said, we just recently got it so that like we show name tags during classic events, so it was like a little hurt a little bit that we wouldn't be showing name tags during these events, but I'm a little more optimistic that that will work out. I am going to step away. I try not to step away from the stream in the middle of a stream, but I'm sorry. I'm going to be. I'll be back like super soon. While I'm gone, I'm going to kick the game into away mode and uh, uh, sorry, I just what am I looking at right now? What is this? Oh, oh, I remember what that's from. Oh yeah, weird. Okay, sorry. Right, I'm gonna kick it into away mode. And I'll be back super soon. I'm sorry for the brief delay. Just one moment. Um, pardon. Hey, sorry for the delay. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were like shifting stuff around. Yeah, and then so the other thing about the test with the seeing how the art would look as such. Right now I have the name tags deactivated during special modes or whatever, so I'm gonna try bringing those back. And I guess I mean I don't really have to try it right now per se. Oh, shifting the name tag buffer. That was the other thing though. Just to make sure that that works, because like sometimes name tags do. They actually don't make it very far across the screen anymore. It used to be that like, well, no, I guess sometimes they do. Yeah, like, yeah, I guess as it keeps going, the name tags will like start to creep further and further across the screen, because of the nature of like how long they show up for and like the like also when we get like longer name tags like those will take up more space as well. So it's like it's inconsistent as to uh, exactly player number 59. It's inconsistent as to exactly how long it takes to show these name tags. But yes, let's see what that'll look like now actually. So let's oh, I can deactivate it. Wait a minute. So let's go to what then? We'll say uh, oh god, it's so beautiful outside. when I went when I stepped away from my desk for a minute, I walked past the front door, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But let's there's nothing we can do about that right now. I mean, there is. I was really tempted, like, to just like close down shop and move upstairs and set up my workstation on the porch outside, which I might do. Not probably not right now, but like if it stays nice, I might do that like tomorrow or something. But okay, so let's let's do what the yeah, what is the so we have a special value for like the name tag buffer or something. uh nt buffer uh yeah, nt buffer, that's what it was. Equals oh no, this is a different, not nt buffer, nt with nt margin, right? Yes, okay. So right now we have it set at 450. That might be too much. Like we might not need it to be 450. That was like we haven't changed this value in a very long time. So you know how I'm going to test this is I'm going to set it so that name tag duration, or like I'll just make it so that name tags stay on screen for a disturbingly long amount of time. How do I handle that, or how do I control that? I swear I put in a value to control like how long name tags show up on screen. I swear. I put it in here somewhere. It'd be like, what would it be called? Like name tag duration. Not event duration. Not event duration. Not event duration. Alright, apparently it's not called NT duration. Alright, let's go back to NT buffer. And because like the way that we clear this will be NT time. How do we set NT time? Because we'll be setting it with whatever this value is. Speed. Oh, speed profiles. Yeah, right. Because it's something that changes with speed profiles. So, I'm just gonna for starters, I'm just gonna go to the speed profiles. Right. So for starters, they show up for 2.5 seconds. I'm just gonna change that to 5 seconds, just to like stress test the system, in terms of like so we actually will see some of the we will see some of the name tags going off screen, because like the buffer is only supposed to account for like half of this. Well, anyways, let's see what this looks like. Right, so now every name tag should be showing up for 5 seconds, and so they'll probably go off the top of the screen too. Honestly, no, maybe not. Okay, but right, so they each show up for twice as long as they should. So now it'll take a lot longer before we can show like all the name tags on screen, and so they'll. Actually, it doesn't even really mess that much up, because like I don't know. Okay, there's some nice long names. That's good. Uh, um, but yeah, even when they show up for 5 seconds, they really don't make it that far across the screen. um, cool. I mean, I guess that's really good. You know what? It used to be like much worse way back. Sorry, some of these names. It used to be much worse way back in the day because instead of using the actual width of the name, I used like the maximum width of the name, like the full width that it could be, and like names can be really long. So like I guess that was like the problem. Um, so cool, but yeah, I guess like right. So now I will want to I will want to change the buffer though. So when we're changing speed profiles. No, the speed profiles is just for testing purposes. What's the thing that we actually want to change here? It's the name tag max or something. Name tag with name tag with no not name tag, name tag margin, right? Yeah. So yeah, when so okay, so I'll keep margin right actually the same, and I'll add in like nt endpoint, and it'll start as gwidth, but then whoops, did not mean to do that. So when we're setting things like the environment break, we'll also want to change this. Oh, so actually maybe we should just use environment break. Oh yeah, no, we can just totally use environment break instead. Right. Because that is the same thing. Yeah, they'll always be the same values. We're just gonna move it to the okay, so cool. Okay, so right, so this, but yeah, so now when we're setting environment break, we will want to set so we've set environment break, we set environment resume. We also want to set nt margin right equals no, you know what? Sorry. Whenever we use nt margin, right? Because I think we'll just use this there instead. Yeah, right. Okay, so if adventure offset g with yeah, so no, yeah, right. We can just replace this with env break. Right, because okay, yeah. I was like, wait a second. This should be really easy. This should be like something really easy. Okay, so right. So we don't need nt endpoint. We'll just use nt margin right. Or like yeah. Okay, so now yeah. So now if I restart the script, let's see what it looks like when we have. Oh wait, I think I have it. Still have it so that name tags get deactivated when we're in the special mode. Special mode. Yeah, we're still okay. So if true or right. Okay, so let's see what it looks like with name tags at a different margin during a special event. Okay. So archery. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. So Excelsior. Okay. So yeah, so there's Archer on one side of the screen, and we can still see name tags on the other. Seems. Oh, why did that name tag show up like way over here? I feel like. Huh. That might have just been a fluke. I guess. Because it doesn't seem to be happening anymore. Okay. That was weird. And I guess like for some things I don't care if like the name tag's like okay, well that's weird. Oh. Right, no. I'm not supposed to be using environment break. I'm supposed to be using adventure break. Right, that's what it was. It's because there's that one tableau where we actually use the background, so we don't want to use environment break. We want to use adventure break. But other than that, okay. So end break. Right. So this is not supposed to be end break. This is supposed to be adventure break. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter where we stop drawing the environment, it matters where we stop drawing the adventurers. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this. Archery. Accessio. So we got archery going on, we got adventures going on, and this. I know it's like really greedy, but I want to pull the graphics away from the edge of the screen by like 100 pixels, just to have that like that narrow margin of like graphics on the other edge of the screen. But like, no, one of the whole points of like moving it like this is that we don't have to render that half of the screen anymore, and so I don't know. I mean, the alternative is that I could actually pull it to the other edge of the screen. Not that that would make any real difference, really. But, you know, what just occurred to me is that, like, if we're in the middle of a transition, which will fairly often be the case, we'll actually, if we're in the middle of a transition, the half of the screen that is showing right now, the environment, the half of the screen that's showing the environment right now will be showing the wrong environment. Or, like, it'll be showing, like, the old environment. Or it'll be, like, showing more of the old environment, which I guess is fine. I don't know. I guess, like, if I'm doing the thing where, like, some of the tableaus actually show the environment art, then, like, you know, it doesn't, there's no real way around that. It's like, you know, we're having an event in the middle of a transition, which has become very commonplace now that okay, so a name tag showed up over here immediately at the end of the event, which means we're not actually clearing all of the name tags, like on this half of the screen. I mean, part of that might be because the name tags are showing up for twice as long as they're supposed to. Um, and only one name tag showed up over here, so we should be doing a pretty good job. Anyways, we can put the speed profile back to uh, uh, speed raffle, no, speed profile. We can set this back to only showing for 2.5 seconds, because that's like, you know, that's the timing that I think we kind of actually want there. And yeah. Okay, so there's like a lot of small things that I could be doing to touch this stuff up, but like, I don't think I need to like worry about like our options now, because I think like, you know, however it lands, like we have all the pieces that we need basically to like set it up that way. Uh, so that's kind of cool. Oh, and then the ship, right? Go to ship. Uh, yeah. So the thing that will be a little bit funny, I guess, is that for the tableau where like it shows the long view of the archers, it only shows up for 1 second because I have it like gone like super speed. But in the next tableau, in just a second, the targets will be inside the ship and the archers will be outside the ship. Oh, that looks dumb. Oh, how dumb that looks. Um, so there's that, and I did know about that. I had anticipated that, but yeah, that's very much a real thing. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do about that actually, to be honest. So I might just leave it like that. I guess that's just how you do archery on a ship as you shoot through the doorway. I could change it so that it's just goes back to being just one archer and one target. Um, that way, that's a little more reasonable, right? Because like, how would that even work? If you had three archers lined up and a narrow doorway, they'd either have to shoot like across, like at each other's, like they'd have to like crisscross their arrows' paths just to get like through the doorway, or or else it'd have to be a really wide doorway. So let's I don't know. Let's go with this and just embrace embrace the silly doorway boat shooting. Um, I yeah. So what do I want to do? I could start cleaning up the art now. Um, is there anything I need to do before that? Let me look at the the stuff that we got over here. So flags, like that's like working now. I mean, I have to do art, so of course it's not done, but like it's mostly working as far as I can tell. Which I think means the archery graphics message handling is working correctly. Tableau. That can't be how you spell tableau? Is it? Is that how I've been spelling? That's how I've been spelling it. I don't know. Maybe I've just looked at that word too much because it doesn't look like a word anymore. It just looks like weird letters, like all next to each other. Table Australias. Sorry. Yeah, that was a failed experiment, but it's a done failed experiment. Round number. Oh yeah, I was gonna do that. I was gonna have it so that like it actually told you like. Yeah, I can add that. I think I'll just be adding it to the first tableau. So yeah, let's So I guess I can just like print it at start. I can just print like I can just print that text at start and just reuse it. Yeah, so let's say uh oh, we saw the water flicker. Oh, sorry, that's not here or there. Yeah, so when we're setting up everything else that we like set like all the art that we set up for these archery events, let's just set up one more for this piece. So we have oh, so let's not intersect. I have so all these like art listings that go next to each other. Um, so we have archery aim round equals it's gonna be 3 items. It's gonna be I'll print round 1, 2, 3 all together. So it'll be yeah, I'm just gonna say like blit text excuse me round 1 comma action 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 or sorry, font action uh, comma 3 I think is our magical border that doesn't actually exist. Okay, so I think it's just gonna oh yeah, indexed at 0 because technically like blit text will return both the image and its width, but I'm just gonna since we already have this method for coming up with the width and the height of all of the archery arts, I'm just gonna do it this way instead. So round 1, round 2, round 3. And this will only show up in the first tableau. This will only show up when we're aiming. Yeah. The middle tableaus like are not supposed to like really encourage like interaction. They're mostly just supposed to be like filler, like to build suspense. All right. So let's add these to the archery art list. So we'll say archery art list extend dot extend archery aim round, and then yeah. So say that, and then and now we can just go down to the tableau index 0, and it'll be like the last thing that we blit. So we'll just say blit art. I mean, we don't have to do blit art inside because we don't have to worry about this extending outside really, but whatever. It'll be so to graphics we'll blit archery aim round index round archery round and we will blit it to position I don't know, like 1010. I think that was the margin we were using for the actually no, I guess we technically would want to use the same margins that we're using for the last tableau for the thwap whatevers. So the oh, I think we're using a margin of 15 actually, not 10. I think I can double check, but yeah, like the where's the part where we're blitting? Not the thwaps, but the results. Archery HT result position. Where did we Where do we put these? Minus 10. Okay, so it is a margin of 10. Okay. Uh, so yeah, so this will just be in the upper corner. It'll just be, oh wait, no, but it wouldn't be 10 10, right? And if it was in the upper corner, it would be right, it would be 10 it'd be add TB starts. Actually no, it'd be like the frame. Yeah, how do those frame things work? Or no, nah, whatever. I'll just use TB start. Plus 10 and TB height. Start height. Start height inner technically. Plus 10. So for TB start would it be TB start or TB start inner? There didn't seem to be a TB start inner. So I'll just say, why is there's TB start height inner, there's just no TB start inner? That seems weird. I feel like I would use it in other places. Yeah, it's just that same margin. Yeah, whatever, I'll make it a thing. TB start, oops. Inner equals TB start, TB start plus 5. Either my finger is lazy on the shift key or PyCharm is a little lazy on the shift key. My last IDE was a little lazy on the shift key. So, alright, so TB start inner plus 10. And then so it'll be archery. Oh yeah, wait. So this first term is archery aim round index AR index 0, and then so this term will be archery aim round index AR round index 1, archery aim round index AR index 2, and what are the other terms like TB start and TB end? Yeah. TB start and TB end. Yeah. Okay. And I think that should be good. So now it should just say round 1, round 2, round 3 up in the corners. Archery, Celsior, round 1. Yeah, okay. That's all. Nothing fancy. So round 1 proceeds, and look at that bullseye-ish type shot. Look at this other shot, which is not quite as bullseye-ish. Look at this third shot, which kind of sucks. Okay, sorry. It's not as funny as I make it sound. But alright. I can bring down that margin to the name tag margin. Like, it doesn't have to be 450 or whatever. It could be a lot lower, I think. Because like I said before, name tags used to... Like, I used to not use the actual width of name tags. Oh no, I guess I don't technically use the actual width of name tags for that purpose. So, I guess I should, actually. Yeah. I should use the actual width of the name tag, for one. And it can be less. Okay. It was showing the rounds thing correctly, I think. I wasn't paying close attention, but I think I saw round 2 show up correctly. So, let's, yeah, let's ditch this for now. I think when this goes away, we won't see any name tags underneath, because I think it has... Oh, nope, I lied. Well, it would have been nice if, if that was correct, but nope. Huh. So, like, the duration of name tags actually seems to have very little... How does that work? The duration of name tags, like, I dropped it from 5 down to 2.5, and it doesn't seem to have changed much. I guess, I don't know. That seems funny to me. I would have thought, like, if I like, doubled the length of time that it takes to show a new one, that it would have clogged it up more, but I don't know. That's weird. Either that value is, like, broken or something, or I don't know. Does faster and slower still work? Faster Faster! Run, my pretties! Run, my pretty adventurers! Run! Run! um, yeah, so that name tag value does seem to be working correctly, because, like, not that the adventures are, like, moving fast, like, we see, like, the name tags don't show up for very long, which is intended. Like, that was, like, that's what these buttons are for. Or if in case the information isn't showing up fast enough, we can click it, kick it into overdrive, and, there are two grades, too. So now it's not quite as faster. It's a little, it's like, this is like the halfway, this is like the kind of fast, not completely fast, speed. And there's the regular speed. Or the slow speed. I just default it to slow because the game usually runs at a pretty casual pace here. So, yeah. I wonder, I'm just going to see how it looks with if it's running faster with archery. I mean, shouldn't affect anything really. I've never really seen it do this before, so uh, yeah, seems fine. Doo -doo -doo. So it was just occurring to me if I felt like it, I could like I could try and like visually justify like why players just kind of disappear in the next tableau, the one with that shows like the backdrop, like why players just disappear at this random cutoff right here. Like players just evaporate into space right there. I could like put like some sort of like backing there to like, you know, as some sort of like slightly less weird visual obstruction. It's just gonna look a little weird no matter what happens there, so I probably won't care about that, but I don't know. If it ever became important, I could try and do something there. Um, yeah, round three. Cool. Alright, so that's all good. Seems